Heart Friday with me, Jessica Brigden of JessBCreativeCardiology. Happy new catalog week. What do you guys think of the new catalog? So exciting, and the new in colors are beautiful. So today for the Heart Friday video, we will be doing our technique project, our fun fold card of the month. And if you placed an order of $50 or more with me during the month of April, then you received one of these packets with our card materials. And it's going to feature the new Unbounded Beauty Suite Collection from pages 52, 53, 54, and 55 of the new catalog here. So I'm excited to share these with you. Today's project is a horizontal stretch fold card, which is a pretty unique project. It all fits in an envelope, just a standard envelope like this, but it stretches horizontally. So it's called a horizontal stretch fold card. So that is what we will be making today. So we are starting with a card base of Pretty in Pink. Love that new color. So we've got our Pretty in Pink card base. All your materials are tucked in here. But this uses a half sheet of cardstock, but we've cut it this time at 4 1/4 by 11. So it's cut just a little bit differently than before. Okay, and we are going to score it. I've scored it in several different places. The first panel is the widest, and then they each get incrementally smaller. Okay, so the first panel is 3 1/4. All right, so we do 3 1/4, and then we move along here. So we've got our 3 1/4, and let's actually just put this together as we go. So you're going to score it at 3 1/4, and then you are going to score it again at 4 3/4. So 3 1/4, 4 3/4, and then you're going to jump up to 7 3/4, and then 8 1/2. So 3 1/4, 4 3/4, 7 3/4, and then 8 1/2. Okay, and then our Unbounded Love, our Unbounded Beauty here. It's the Unbounded Love is the sentiment stamp set that we'll be using along with some of these gorgeous dies, in particular this leaf die that gives us a beautiful frame. Okay, and then it's the Flowers of Beauty stamp set here. This too has so many different dies, lots of options there. And what I love about this collection is it features the new in colors. So the Unbounded, or the Flowers of Beauty, yes, what is it called? Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. It's a 12 by 12 paper pack, but I've got some samples here down to 4 by 6. So you can see all the pretty colors in them. All right, so this is the first side, and then the back side. Gorgeous tones. Okay, and so this card makes good use of that. It features quite a few of these patterns. So for the first panel, we have a piece of designer series paper that is 3 by 4. Okay, so that's quick and easy to cut, and honestly, both sides are super pretty. But I'm going with the floral side because it does give us, let me see, I'm gonna go this direction. You can go any direction you want on this paper. So this is going on the widest, the biggest panel. Okay, that's your 3 by 4, and it was scored at 3 1/4. All right, we scored it again at 4 3/4. All right, so we're bending there. Now on the next section, we are going to apply a piece of 2 by 4. 2 3/4 by 4. 2 3/4 by 4. And again, you can use either side, but I feel like the Pretty in Pink is the prettiest here. So we're going to use that pattern for this project. Okay, so the first one was mountain fold, then valley fold, Then again, you're going to mountain fold, and then on the last one, you're gonna valley fold, okay? And then you see it all come together so that when it's squished, it is 4 inches or 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, the last panel, we're going to use some basic white. This piece is 2 inches by 4 inches. There we go. Oops, doing that a little crooked. Okay, there we go. So now we've got it all stretched out, all put together and ready to decorate. So the first thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and stamp our flowers of beauty. Let's do some leaves over on the far panel. And this is a 2-step. So we're gonna stamp our detailed image. All right, we're gonna do the detailed one in some pretty peacock. And then we'll use the new Summer Splash as our lighter color. Okay, so we're gonna just stamp our leaves here on this panel. All right, and pretty peacock. All right, and that's the detail, the outline. And then we're gonna come in with the Summer Splash. All right, and we'll use the more solid of the image. All right, let me clean stamps off my block here real quick so I can use the same block for that. This is the H block, if you're wondering. Okay. All right, so we're going to peel this. Just peel that off and put it back in my stamp case. Okay. So coming in here with our Summer Splash. Love this color. You guys know I love all the blue greens. So since Coastal Cabana is one of my favorites, then I definitely am loving this Summer Splash. It's just a little bit darker than Coastal Cabana, but it's lighter than what Bermuda Bay would have been. But it pairs really well with Pretty Peacock, so it's all in that same kind of color family there. Okay, so clean that up, put this away. All right, now for a little bit of decoration, I should have done this ahead of time before I glued my second panel on, but you have 2 strips of ribbon, and one is to go across and tuck the ends behind. So let me see real quick. This is one. All right, so we're gonna gently, hopefully you didn't use too much adhesive if you actually followed my instructions. Maybe you'll have watched this and then grab your kit, and I'm gonna reapply some adhesive on there. Okay, peeled off without too much problem. And we're gonna tuck the ends behind. This is the, oops, which ribbon is this? This is the the sheer ribbon. All right, it's the 1/2-inch sheer ribbon, and it's got the silver metallic border on it. Okay, now that we've got that peeled up, there we go. Okay, so then you're gonna take your second piece, obviously just tuck it underneath the first, and we're gonna tie, we don't need any fancy bow, it's not long enough for that, just a simple knot, and pull that tight, and we can trim it off if we need to. Okay, let's see, angle the edges. Okay, all right, now for the front top panel here, I used the Unbounded Love bundle. All right, and so I used the leaf die here, and isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. Okay, really, really pretty there. And to pair with that, because it does punch out the inside when you die cut it. So I've got a piece of 1 1/4 by 2 1/2, 1 1/4 by 2 1/2 piece of basic white to go behind it to stamp my sentiment on. And we've got gorgeous sentiments here. And this Unbounded Love stamp set comes with both English and Spanish. So if you habla español, then this one is called Amor Sin Límite. And yeah, we've got you covered in both both languages there. Lots of fun. Also offered in French, and I believe it is offered in German and Dutch as well if you're in the European markets. So pretty exciting there. So let's go ahead and pick a beautiful sentiment. You can actually mix and match some of these. How about that? How about we go with Love Never Gives Up? I love that. Okay, so we've got our love stamp, and then we're going to pick out our, there we go, there's the Never Gives Up. So my trick for that is if you are working, if you've got a grid paper or the glass mat like I've got here, and you want to stamp them both together, then line them up on your grid. Okay, whoops. Photopolymer, it is sticky there. Okay, and then grab your block. All right, and then you can pick them up and you can stamp them both together at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to stamp that on our basic white sentiment label first. Okay, and I'm stamping that in Pretty in Pink. You could go with something a little bit darker, but you could go with Berry Burst. That is another color in here. So right in the center. Beautiful. Okay, so that's all that took. So let's pop this up with a couple of dimensionals. All right, so we're gonna go right in the middle of our largest panel, right in the center, okay? And then for the sentiment label, now ideally you would die cut this with some adhesive sheet adhered to the back so that you could just peel it and stick it to your project, but I didn't do that. So I'm gonna use glue dots and I'm gonna attach it right here at the base of the leaves, okay? So you can do one there, okay? And then if you wanna secure it a little bit more, come up where the next set of leaves connect and do that. So it's just attached there by the leaves, okay? But you can see how it nicely frames in our project. All right, and it will hold, it'll hold in place there. But again, if you had the adhesive sheet, it would glue flat. I was just die cutting so many of those that I didn't think of that until afterwards, of course. All right, and then some decorative elements here. So with the new in colors here, we have two different kinds of embellishments. We have these are the resin dots, and then we also have some of the shimmer, the sparkle gems too. So you could use either one. On the first project, I used the resin dots, but maybe let's go with the sparkle gems for this one, so you can see the difference. And that's the thing, if you've got glue dots on here, you can always use one of your sparkle gems to cover the dot too, okay? All right, so we'll just put a couple of these around on our project. There you go. We'll just stick another one right there. Let me see. This isn't too straight of a line. Let's see here. I guess it's not budging. They stick really well, so we'll just go with that. But this is this is what it looks like if you use the two different sizes of the resin dots, and this is what it looks like if you use just one size of the glimmer there. Okay, using what we have, but I hope you've enjoyed this. So this is the horizontal stretch fold card, and so you do gather it all up, and then it will fit in a regular size, standard envelope there. Okay, so it's kind of fun for the recipient to receive. So I would suggest writing your message on the back side. You could put a 3x4 panel of white on there, but you do have a little bit of room on here. You could write, maybe sign it, put a little something in there. Okay, so lots of fun. I've seen this card done a few different variations, but none that actually fit in a standard envelope, none that actually condensed down to 4 1/4 by 5.5. So that is what is unique about this one, is that it, when fully scrunched, it's 4 1/4 by 5.5, and when outstretched, it is 4 1/4 by 11. So I hope you enjoyed this project tutorial. Definitely give it a try. Lots and lots of fun. And again, I hope you're enjoying the new catalog, the new in colors, and seeing some of the fun stamps and dies and bundles and papers all working together. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. And muchas gracias. This video we'll be playing while David and I are in Mexico on the last day of the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So, so I did pre-record this for you, but I hope you've enjoyed that. Many thanks to all of you for your support. And I look forward to, I will be with you in person again on Tuesday. So have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.